How's it going, everyone? My name is Carson Dombroski, and I'd like to share a little bit with you about who I am. My journey on this earth began in 2004 when I was born on Super Bowl Sunday. Even though my beloved Steelers did not win the Super Bowl that year, my parents came away with a victory of their own, their first child. I spent the first 5 years of my life living in Rock Creek, Ohio, and in the fall of 2009, my family moved to DuBois, Pennsylvania, so we would be closer to family. However, in reality, we only moved further away. I will say that DuBois was a wonderful place to grow up, and I made some amazing memories there. Nowadays, I'm at Thiel College pursuing a degree in health systems in hopes of becoming a physician assistant. What makes me unique, you ask? Well, after many night shifts, football games, track meets, street hockey, bowling, late nights with friends, 16 years of school, trips to the mountains, vacations at the beach, touring Niagara Falls and Gettysburg, weekend retreats to Pittsburgh and Erie, swimming with fish in Florida, visiting family in Texas and Arkansas, and so much more, I am grateful to have experienced so many amazing things that have molded me into the person I am today. Retired athlete, outdoorsman, fisherman, adventurer, child in Christ. These are some of the major layers to my identity. I am a Caucasian male who is blessed to call the United States home. Even though I am American, my cultural background consists mostly of Polish, Lithuanian, and Irish heritage blended with cultural norms of modern American society. There are many freedoms that Americans have, one being freedom of religion. I was raised in a Lutheran church and have a strong relationship with God. I give credit to my parents, though, because despite my mom being Lutheran and my dad being Catholic, my family has always made the dynamics work. My family has many traditions, but I'll cover the big ones for the sake of time. Going to church on Christmas Eve and spending Christmas Day together is definitely the most significant example I can think of. We also have other unique traditions, such as drinking sparkling grape juice on New Year's Eve, decorating the house for each holiday season, and having acorn wars in the backyard during the fall. My brother and I both have journals, and every so often, my parents will write a message about a recent event or accomplishment in our lives, so that one day when they're gone, we'll be able to revisit all the wonderful things that have happened. I carry many roles in my family. I'm a son, brother, cousin, nephew, and also a grandchild. I take pride in each role and do my best for those I love, because no matter what, my family goes all in for one another, and there's no denying that. I come from a middle-class family who lives within our means, but also within reason. I know many others within the middle socioeconomic class, but I also know people who live in poverty and also several millionaires. Regardless of social class, this has never stopped me from interacting with people. I am satisfied living in the middle ground because my basic needs are met, but money doesn't influence my beliefs or overall lifestyle. Beneath that ground are roots, and the language I speak is a common root within my family's history. Most of my ancestors spoke Polish, although nowadays English completely dominates. I've learned Spanish during my time as a high school student, but I don't speak it often enough for it to stay relevant. Having graduated from DuBois, I feel as though they provided me with a solid education that prepared me well for college. Within the blink of an eye, I am now a junior at Thiel. Even though I will likely be attending graduate school on the other side of the state, I am able to rely on particular cultural values that help me cope and adapt to a new environment. Going outside my comfort zone to be an active participator in a new culture will be crucial in establishing my identity there. I would rather get the full experience of living in a new area than shut myself off from new learning opportunities. Coming to Thiel College has already given me a taste of what it's like to thrive in a new culture, so I already have some confidence in getting acquainted with a new environment. Growing up in DuBois, I witnessed a high power distance between those who were popular and those who weren't so much. This was evident in how people treated one another, and very often the well-off, athletic people garnered lots of popularity and avoided those who were different or were involved in other in-groups. I've always valued the many friendships I have with people who come from different walks of life, because when you do open yourself up to them, you do learn more and have a greater awareness and appreciation for others, and I speak from experience by saying that. Many people would consider me as quiet, intellectual, which I feel are respectable stereotypes. However, I'm not always in character, so to speak, 24/7. I have spoken my mind and irritated people. I have failed exams, and I have also done some dumb things. I guess the important thing is that with each flaw or mistake, I was able to learn from it and carry that lesson with me wherever I go in life. I have enjoyed getting to reflect on my identity because too often I feel like our identities are given based upon what others perceive of us. I learned that we are rarely given an opportunity to deeply consider who we are as people and show it to the rest of the world. However, when the opportunity comes around to give someone your best, act upon it and leave with no regrets. Knowing who you are and your potential can give you all the confidence you need when learning about the similarities and differences that exist between you and others. Thank you for your time.